August the 20th, 2025. Guys, it is 3:55 p.m. Central Time, and we're looking, I've got it paused, at Hurricane Evan. Now, I'm not sure how clear you can see this, but the blue lines here are the Outer Banks of North Carolina. See it right through there. And the storm has done exactly what they said. It's expanded in size. They're saying now it's at 110. When you go just right above that, you're at a Cat 3. Now they're predicting it to be going up to 115 to 120 miles per hour and by 8 p.m. tonight. And so we're going to be at a Cat 3 here at any moment. And what we're seeing as I play this forward is a recycling of the eye. Go through here. And it's moving north at 14 miles per hour. So it has increased in forward speed. And in the last few frames, you can see it. It was kind of moving northwest. Now it's almost going straight north. But what I did a few moments ago, I looked at the tracking from the National Hurricane Center's printout, and I did a new map. And what I saw was from the track last night as it comes up through here, close to the Hatteras area right here, guys, it was 51.8 miles closer to shore this way. And it was already close enough to really make an impact there. The only thing that could change it if something happened in the high pressure right now and really pulled it out to sea. But again, when you're this close and we're talking about wind fields going out very far, that 51 miles can make a big difference. Let's look at it in the infrared. Again, we're going through a recycling period. Let's see what happens. And this really is going for going really through most of today. Check that again. I'm putting my cursor right here on the Outer Banks. Right down in here is the Hatteras area. Now, you can tell there my huskies are fussing over a snack. But you're not getting the heavy rain yet along the Outer Banks. Notice that. But if you remember in last night's videos, this thing went further north. It was going to pull the moisture that was above New York and up into Boston and that area, grab it, and pull it down into this area as it moves up through there. Let's back it out and take a look at that. Now, backing it out, guys, you can see how large the storm is. And, of course, the hurricane winds are in this area. Tropical storm winds are much wider than that. And this is the moisture that's pulling off the northeast that's supposed to be pulled into Erin as it moves a little further north and then distribute it all throughout the northeast. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. That was in the model from last night. Now let's take a look at this windy model. What we're looking at now is from the National Hurricane Center. They're saying today at 4 p.m., 110 mile per hour winds. Notice right here, tomorrow at 1 p.m., it's going to be a Cat 3 at 115 miles per hour. So it's strengthening, okay? That's the first thing. Now, the tracking, again, is from the National Hurricane Center. And let's move this. I just want to show you the difference between that and the European model. Shows it tracking a little further left. And the UK model, about the same, right in there. Anyway, let's move it forward now. What we're looking at again, Wednesday today at 4 p.m., which is pretty current. Now let's go to 11 p.m. tonight. Now look at the difference. Look at the outer level winds coming across the Outer Banks here. Now let's move forward. This would be 6 a.m. in the morning. You see where the storm is? And you can see the effects. Everything's going to be coming out of the north, raking down through the beaches. Thursday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you're still there, but it's starting to pick up. So starting tonight, guys, it's going to start getting rougher and rougher as it intensifies. Let me back it out just a little bit. But look what's happening along the northeast. That's what I'm saying. The moisture that you're seeing going from left to right in the satellite images is going to be caught up and it's going to be distributed throughout this area as it pulls offshore. Now let's move forward just a little further. We're going to go to Thursday, 10 p.m. You're still getting moisture along the coast here. Atlantic City's here. There's New York. But it's starting to pull out, and that's a good thing. So we'll just let it play through for a moment. There's Friday at 11 a.m., pretty much offshore. That's a good thing right there. But it's going to be taking the temperatures with it. It's going to be bringing it way down. That's what we got right now tonight. Let's look at a couple webcams. And guys, this is out on the Outer Banks. They call it Sunset Pavilion or Jeanette's Pier. And you can see the ocean's really starting to kick up now. And I noticed that the barometric pressure is dropping in on the information there, saying dropping rapidly. And that's always a sign of a strengthening storm approaching. So you guys, they're still letting people out here. I'm sure anybody along the beaches, more than likely, these are just people that are not in the hotels. I'm not sure. They may be just locals fishing, or it may be. Now, this is Jeanette's Pier there on the Outer Banks. They also call it Sunset Pavilion, but that's what folks call it. And the waves are up. The barometric pressure there, I noticed on one of the meters, is dropping rapidly. And that's a sign of an incoming storm. And so, not sure what the evacuation orders are at this exact place right now. Obviously, they're not in place for everyone. I don't know if it's for the beach houses, and these folks have to be out at a certain time. Probably they'll kick a curfew in sometimes after dark. Not sure, just guessing. But the energy's there, and things are going to be changing. But guys, again, you saw what's going on. There are warnings up. All of this area is under a warning. And as they back out here, and you're getting a pause, you can see as the waves get closer to the beach, they're rising. I noticed that we're starting to get from some of the other cams there, some of this buffering could be some of the high winds and things like that. But again, guys, we're watching it. You watch it. I'm going to watch for the strengthening, and you may get an update around the 7 or 8 p.m. update tonight, guys. We're watching it. Heads up. Be safe.